What up, world? You're locked into the Tankhead Moe Show. I'm your host, Tankhead Moe. And today we've got a very special guest in the building. She's a stand-up comedian, a virtual roast battle champion, a motivational speaker, and a content creator. Repping her Mississippi roots, but holding it down in the ATL. Family, make some noise for the multi-talented, very funny Kate Davis. Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, man. What's going on?
I was going to ask, could you record or give me some footage? You got an iPhone? To airdrop? Dang. I need some, just some behind the scene footage.
Yeah, what's going on with you, man?
And just been trying to maintain and continue to do what I need to do to get my career to the next level.
Okay, so, all right. So what consists of you getting your career to the next level? Like,
really doing the work to be able to travel to different cities and also constantly posting more on social media,
right,
and being more consistent and persistent in posting and and posting.
Okay, so we was talking about work. Like, how did you get started, like, in stand-up comedy? And I know that's some work that you do. So how did you get started in stand-up?
I got started in stand-up because I started out doing like videos, like funny videos on social media. And a girl I went to school with, she put together a comedy show in like 2018 while I was in college. And she put together a show and I was on it. And after the show, you know, people was like, oh, you were so funny. I really enjoyed you. And I would just always be myself. I had never done it before. However, after I did it, I really didn't want to pursue it. Like, it took a long time for me to accept that, oh, I'm a comedian. I'm like, I'm not no comedian because the stuff I just be saying, I just been like this all my life, like just talking. And she, after that, I wasn't feeling it. So then when I moved to Atlanta after college, it was like probably about 3-4 months after I did that show. I did another comedy show here in Atlanta, and I honestly still didn't feel it. But then October 2019, I was introduced to Henry Welch, and I went to his comedy room he used to have out in Stockbridge, Georgia, on Wednesday nights. And the night when I had did comedy that night, comedian Preacher Man was there. And for some reason, after I performed that night, it was like something on the inside of me just like, it's like some fire in the inside of me. I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do, and this is what this is what I'm meant to do. Because I always look at it, if I can just make one person laugh and change one person, like change the inside of them or whatever like that, I feel like my job is done. So I always shout out to Henry Welch because
that's what's up.
I've always give him the credit for putting the mic in my hand, because the day when he put the mic in my hand, that's when the day I've been consistent ever since. That's
what's up, man. That's and I think that's a good thing that you have OG comedians like that that's really out here helping other comedians, up and coming comedians, you know, give them an opportunity, you know, and see the value in them, you know. So that's a good shout out to Henry West. That's pretty big. How does being from Mississippi influence your style of comedy?
Being from Mississippi, also, like I said, I always say I'm from Mississippi, but I am from like the trenches, from the country, but the trenches. And it adds to my style of comedy just from like, I mean, I don't think I have an accent, but just being country, you know, and we do have a different type of lingo down there. So it does help to my comedy because people, the way I be talking, like folks think like the stuff that I say, they think is funny, even just, not even just the things I say, I guess how I say it too. So, and it's a lot because Mississippi, we're slept on. It's a lot of talent from Mississippi, but we don't have a lot of resources. So just being from there has helped my career just by, because a lot of people know that we're slept on. Right. So when I say I'm from there and they know some of the ones that have made it out, like Carlos Miller, shout out to Marvin Hunter, Big Crit, David Banner, like them. And oh, and shout out to Akeem Ali, man. He from Mississippi. He's, my gosh, doing his thing. And all the other ones that's around, Yusuf Gray. Reggie Reed, I had to throw their name in there because we're all up and coming. So just from coming out of Mississippi and knowing that it's slept on, it just helped me because a lot of people, like my state is like one of those states that I feel like we just at the bottom of the barrel out of every state in the country.
It's a lot of history at your state, though.
Like for every time somebody mentioned Mississippi, everybody's like, oh my gosh, I'm scared to go there and stuff like that. So just from being there, I'm actually proud to say I'm from there because just going through the things that I've endured and been through, it has like molded me into the person that I am today. So I really appreciate coming from Mississippi. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna rep Mississippi.
That's right. That's right. When I see Mississippi, I look at it a little different. When I see places like Mississippi and Alabama, when people tell me they from there, I say, well, that's just like Atlanta to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause it have Mississippi, Atlanta, Alabama is like the same place, and it's like they have the same roots. You know, we all kind of talk the same, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm from Atlanta, you know, and I'm real country, you know, and I speak Ebonics. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? So, but Mississippi does have a lot of talent coming out of there. So you name some, you threw some fire up in there, you know, so. But do you, on stage, like, do you remember your worst moments, like dealing with a heckler? Have you ever dealt with a heckler or anybody on stage while you was on stage?
Yes, I remember not a lot, but a few times. And it wasn't a good feeling being that I'll do crowd work and I'll joke on people. But a lot of times, see, I don't do comedy like for the money. So I feel like comedy, I really personally feel like it's a calling because I'm just going to throw it in. I have a whole college degree or whatever like that. Right. So I didn't sign up for this. And when it just kind of like came at me, I look at it as a calling. So I go on stage for a different reason, not for the money, not for any of that. It's to change, like to heal other people through my comedy, because a lot of times I talk about my testimonies and things that I've gone through in life, you know, turn my pain into purpose, and because it's like art. So just dealing with hecklers is like a couple of times it has almost gotten violent because they like threatened me because they came at me, but then when I start like hitting them real hard with the jokes and stuff, they didn't like it. So it flipped and it almost went into like a fight. Right. And she was there. And then some people I've dealt with people that they said stuff that was hollering out being disruptive, but then when I said something, when I later got down, they told me, oh, I was bullied growing up, I didn't appreciate that, and it still made me feel some type of way because I'm like, you the one that was starting with me first, you know. Right. Yeah, somebody didn't know they were bullied kind of probably just should have not even been talking crazy, you know. Right. So.
Right. Because I was told as a professional, whenever you're dealing with people like that, you kind of have to bring it back to you. You know what I'm saying? Like you say, the person open up to you a little more after the show. It was like, hey, you know, I was dealing with bullies and stuff like that. So that was like a mental health type issue. That, you know, they was, you know, acting out. So, but the good thing is, like you like a jack of all trades too. You know, because your motivational side could have kicked in. You know what I'm saying? It probably did. You know. So, in other words, like you're also a motivational speaker. So, I mean, kind of elaborate on some of that stuff, you know, like, because I know you do, I watch you actually. Like, I remember one time, I'm sorry for going on, but because I know you sit in your car and, what's it saying you say? Because I was going through something and then you popped up on my phone. And that's when I first seen you. And it's that saying you say.
I don't know who I'm talking to or who
I don't know who need to hear this. And you said something real key that day. And I don't know why I'm so blank-minded, but what you said, it touched me. Because I was going through some stuff like, man, I don't feel, I'm tired, man. Like, and then you like keep going or something like that to that station. I was like, oh, okay. So that's how I picked up on you. And then I started, you know, following you and you kept doing it. And, but now I see like a lot of people like they copying off you, you know. So I see it, but but like I said, you're a motivational speaker. What inspired you to do motivational?
What inspired me to do that? Actually, I can remember growing up, I always said like, "Oh, I want to do like how Martin Luther King behind that podium thing and stuff like that." I was like, I always want to do that when I grow up, and as I've grown up, it's just that like just going through a lot of stuff like in college with the lack of support and just in life, like just literally going through a lot of stuff. I was like, you know what, the stuff I've gone through, let me tell other people about this because it can help somebody else like overcome. And believe it or not, sometimes when I was sitting in my car, I was actually homeless. But it has been times where I actually had an apartment, but I still would do it in my car just because when I go in the car, it's quiet. Like inside of the car, it's quiet. I mean, one time my apartment didn't have no furniture, so it's like the echo, the acoustics was gonna bounce out the wall. So I'm like, the car is the safest place to do it. And I just started doing it in the car, And what else I was gonna say? So just doing a motivational post, believe it or not, sometimes I do be talking to myself. Like if I just say I've went through something before I came here, if I do a video, it ain't always like at people. It's not always like, oh, somebody just made me mad 5 minutes ago. Sometimes it's stuff like I'm talking to myself. Like, girl, you need to do this. You need to do that. Not all the time. And then sometimes it's things that I've talked about that I say that I've already applied to myself. And then I just say it to the next person and hope that, it'll reach them. So, yeah.
Right. So I'm pretty sure you're reaching a lot of people.
I really hope so.
Yeah, you are. And when she mentioned she don't do it for the money, pay her because she's very funny. You know what I'm saying? Pay her, pay the money. Don't.
And I say it like that because when you're doing what you're supposed to do, the money gonna follow you. You know what I'm saying? The money gonna chase me.
Right.
I don't do it for the money because I know that as I continue to grow and do what I'm supposed to do, the money gonna come at me.
Right. That's
I still want to get paid, so don't y'all think that I don't want the money. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So, and how did you get into roasting? Like,
actually, roasting, like I did that growing up. Like I roast growing up, and then believe it or not, like I have like my siblings are hilarious. Like one of my brothers, he's super funny, and it just like coming from the trenches, you don't really have a lot to do. You just gotta learn how to joke on each other and stuff, joke on other people. So that's how it started. Like I've been had this in me ever since like I was little. But as I've grown up, I started when I was making videos because before stand up I used to do videos, but I stopped. I hate to stop, but I stopped or whatever. And then in school, I was one of the ones that I was very smart. I didn't get in a lot of trouble, but sometimes, like in the school I went to, you had to kind of like roast people because they always was coming at you. So you just have to learn to defend yourself and stuff. So that's how I got into that. And then on my last Instagram, the Instagram I have now, it's actually new. It's only a few years old. So my last Instagram, I used to just see like funny pictures and stuff, or people would send them to me, and I do a side-by-side video talking about like the picture. So yeah, so I got into that just ever since like a kid. I used to just roast and stuff back and forth with my siblings and all that.
So did y'all call it joning? Like here we say that's joning.
Yeah, we say joning, we say roasting, let's we say flaming, like that.
Flame.
Yeah, that flamed your ass.
Yeah, only flame. Yeah. That's why I was to say that go back to telling you Mississippi, Atlanta, all the same lingo. We got a connection somewhere up in there. Who do you think is funnier, Mississippi family reunion or Atlanta day parties?
Mississippi family reunion all day. Cause we got good hospitality in Mississippi, and I'm talking about we have some fun. Even though I can't say this, even though we don't have a lot to offer down there, like when we have a party, we have a real good time, and you would love it if you ever come to Mississippi to hang out at a rodeo, we call it horse show, not rodeo, a horse show, any type of party and stuff. I mean, I'm talking about some beer drinking country motherfuckers. Like it'd be fun. Like yes. Okay.
So you ride horses?
I don't ride them, but my some of my people like.
Oh, you do? Oh man, yeah, I don't mess with no rodeo, man.
It's just fun, and then we have like blues music and stuff. We do like Mississippi. I ain't gonna lie, it's fun. And then let me not get on that gas station food. Speaking of you talking about a Mississippi party, like the food, like, I'm talking about the gas station. Now, I ain't talking about a restaurant. I'm talking about getting food out of the gas station. Every time I go to the house, I gotta stop at this gas station, give me a pork chop or 2 or maybe 3, and come on back to Atlanta because I ain't find no food. I don't find no food like that in Atlanta. Piece of sticks and stuff. Y'all don't even got that up here.
So they selling collard greens and stuff at the
gas. Yes, you can get a whole what you call it, like a soul food plate from the gas station. And I'm talking about some of the best food that you would taste.
Right. Wow. you've been crowned the virtual roast battle champion, right? What's the secret to roasting somebody without crossing the lines?
The way I do it, I try not to get too personal with people. When you say crossing the line, like
Crossing the line, like you know how crossing the line is like if somebody you talking about, you get to a point where you wish somebody's mama was dead, or some roasts get out of hand.
Oh, I see. When I do it from a space of like, let me make sure it's still fun. Let me not get personal. Okay. Like if I know somebody like, okay, they lost it, or if they out homeless and stuff, I'm gonna stay away from stuff like that. But even if I don't know their situation, I just try not to get too in depth. I try to do like basic or on the surface level type of stuff, like because I don't want to get too personal with it. Cause I don't never get personal with anybody that I roast. I don't get personal. I just want to, like, I'll talk about you. I ain't finna bring up the kids. You know what I'm saying? Cause some people do take it out of hand.
Right. So. And I've seen you roast. You have this thing where when people roasting you, it's like you be in a zone. You just look, and you just had this look on your face. And then as soon as they get done, it's like, okay, all right. And then you know what I'm saying? Like, and you hilarious with it. And that's what's crazy. Like, you don't give no kind of visual, like, okay, she gonna do it. You just be looking straight face. They be like, yeah, you da 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 da, and you straight face, and then you just rip them.
They just don't know how. And then sometimes too, I can't say this. It actually been a kind of difficult. Like I'm proud to still be on the show, but like ever since I was saying, when I was real in it and I had that concussion, my memory goes out bad. So a lot of times, just like recently I did a battle and I was like stuttering and fumbling over my words and stuff like that too. So sometimes like I have brain freezes just in the middle.
Oh wow!
So that's been rough. I'm not even gonna lie. Especially last year doing it, it was terrible. Like I pulled it off, but I promise you, I can think of something and like probably half a second later, like it just goes away. Like my memory just go blank. It was rough. So I'm still grateful to even be crowned something on the show.
And it helped you too, because I see you hosting a lot too. Yeah. So what is that like? Like just hosting, and for a lot of like, what does hosting do?
Hosting for me, it helps out a lot because I can expand my jokes, release like a lot of my personality. I don't feel like I'm limited because like even hosting roasting battles or just hosting shows, when you're doing a set, it seems like you kind of got to stay in some type of lane or something. But when you hosting, you can be free and explore and expand. Right. So hosting actually helps and sets me up for sets, and it helps me up the roasting. Like even with crowd work, it prepares me for if I have to do some crowd work, or prepares me for the set.
Right. Like I do know this though. Like it's some very hilarious women. Like y'all women don't know how funny y'all are. And I know y'all probably look at the man says a man-dominated field, but y'all women be hilarious. Yeah. So I can actually say that, and I just feel like it's time for us to come together. The men comedian, the women start working together, building something. Especially in our culture. It's time for us to get together, and because women, y'all know how to bring, whatever it is. We can't do anything without a woman, to be honest with you. If you want to build a business or anything, even from, advertising or anything, like women are very important.
And creative.
And creative. Look at you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
That's I mean, if we can come together if everybody would stop trying to like outdo the next and compete and stuff, and everybody just, come together, because everybody have their own style when it comes to comedy. Whatever it is, everybody has something that's significant to them. Like, so if people would stop trying to like too busy trying to outdo the next, then everybody can come together.
Right. Right. So the hot topic lately. Did you see Jimmy Kimmel was fired from ABC for making those comments? Like, what did you think about something like that with him being a comedian? You know.
I don't recall the specific comments that he made thoroughly, but just him being a comedian. See, sometimes, although I'm a comedian, I can feel that some things can be too soon, but I can't really elaborate on what I think about Jimmy Kimmel, being that I didn't hear his specific comments.
Right.
However, though, he's been on air for so long that, like, come on now. Like, are y'all going to take him off air for that?
And basically, he was saying that the shooter, Tyler Robinson, basically his family are Republican. And, you know, he supported Trump back in 2020. And he was just saying it was like a Republican on Republican crime, basically. And that's all he was saying, you know. And that's why, you know, they suspended him. But now he's back on air.
Right, back like he never left.
Yeah, so if you was in that situation, would you come back?
I really would be pissed, like, because why y'all suspend me in the beginning?
Right.
But me, the type of person I am, I probably would because of my audience. Like, they would not like what they gonna do. So I would look at it from the audience perspective, like, okay, we want the show back and stuff like that.
Right.
I'll be mad.
Right.
Yeah.
So will you be telling any Trump jokes?
Talking about like what I said again?
Yeah, would anybody do it? Would you do any Trump jokes? The way things are now.
I might. I don't know.
Yeah.
It all depends.
You know, a lot of people, they in fear now. Like, you even got comedians in fear of being comedians based on what's going on. Because that was basically, I think, that was done to him. It was more like a bully move. In other words, like showing you I control what goes on. Yeah. So, but I just encourage comedians to continue being who you are and keep the art going, and don't be afraid to be a stand-up comedian, because it's already hard to do this art anyway. Yeah, so I see you got your nice hat in your hand. Tell the people what's up with that.
I came up with this, I guess, saying it's I didn't really come up with it, but I did at the same time. I put it together. I put it together, and it's purpose over pain. Because, like I said, I like to turn my pain into purpose and turn my pain into art. So I look at it like to say purpose over pain. No matter what the pain is, the purpose gonna outweigh the pain.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Because we go through the pain so we can get to that purpose. To understand what the purpose is.
Yeah. You hear that, kids? Purpose
over pain. Yes.
Yeah. That's
so I've been through so much. It's like the purpose. Something got to come up out of this, because I know I ain't doing all this for nothing. So that it's that purpose over that pain all the time, every time. Right,
and it's good to when the fire come, it's good to keep going through the motions, because eventually you learn it as you're going through those motions. And people don't understand that. They start going through and they want to stop.
Right, you got to keep going.
You got to keep going through those motions, because there's always a learning point. And you just keep learning and learning, and then when you get to that goal, you set for what was behind you. Now you can go to that next level. Yeah, so, all right. Like, we've been chopping it up, you know, so, you know, and it's been good chopping it up. But this is time to turn up the heat. This is the part where I put the guests on the spot.
Okay. Dang.
This is the Tankhead hot seat. All right. Kevin Hart or David Chappelle, who are you rolling with?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. Why? Why is that?
Because Kevin Hart has a story, and I like how he's. Am I gonna use the word wrong? Like, oh no, he's transparent, and I like that about him. I love his energy, his personality. And don't get me wrong, I love Dave Chappelle too, but Kevin Hart, I resonate with him better.
Okay. Worst advice you ever got in comedy?
I guess because I don't talk about sex and stuff in comedy, but I've had the advice of like, oh, you gotta like almost like I gotta throw it in there a little bit every now and then. I don't feel like I do, because I can talk about what I talk about from here 15 years from now, and they only gotta always be about my life. I don't always just talk about my life. I talk about universal stuff too. But I just don't feel like this necessary.
True. That's and I believe that wholeheartedly. Like, when you already funny like that, you don't have to do all that.
Yeah, and then the other advice too, like just trying to tell people it has to be a certain type of way. I know there should be, everything comes with some type of order, but I don't feel like it should be, because it don't matter if you studied 3 weeks ahead for the test and I studied the night before, I still can pass it just like you can pass it. So it's like trying to tell like comedians how they need to do they set and stuff. You could give advice to kind of tweak it and stuff, but just telling, because it's people's stories and stuff be personal to them and the things that they talk about, but trying to tell me to do it how you do it and stuff, I don't think that's going to work, because I can't do it how you do it. You can't do it how I do it.
Right. Right. What's funnier, church folks or drunk uncles at cookouts?
Drunk uncles at the cookout, because when they drunk, they just get to telling everything how they feel and stuff. 'Cause church folk, they be some of the worst folks, but drunk uncle.
Right. If you could roast any celebrity right now, who would it be?
If I can roast any celebrity right now, it would be probably Kevin Hart, just
Kevin
because,
Hart. What was something you said?
Why you caught me? Yeah, you definitely caught me off guard. What would I say to Kevin Hart? There's two on the spot. I have something for him, or because if I saw him right then and there, I can talk about his clothes and stuff.
Right. He got a nice clothing line.
Yeah, because he a grown man, but he still like he wear a 1T and clothes.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
tight.
Yeah, toddler outfits wear that nigga. So I hope you see what they give Hart.
Yeah, I don't
he
think
he dressed like a youth. You get what I'm saying?
Would you self-sabotage out of fear of being successful?
Would I personally self-sabotage?
Out of fear of being successful?
I wouldn't, because I want to be successful. So you saying, wait, let me get this clear. So you saying, would I like talk myself out of being successful?
Yes.
Hell no.
If somebody give you a major opportunity, would you, in fear, would you talk yourself
Absolutely
out of it?
not. I'll go through the fear to try to get to see what I need to do for the opportunity. No, I ain't gonna talk myself out of it. I definitely want to be successful.
Like, have any comedians ever try to give you stage time for sex?
No, but I do know some female comedians that guys male tried to, but no, because I guess they can look at me and tell that I'm not going for that. And some people kind of look at folks to see who they can bribe into doing stuff. But if you look at me, I don't think you get that look that she that desperate for stage time that she'll do whatever to get it. Cause no.
Yeah, because I've seen some male comedians.
I have too, and I'm talking about then the females go out sad, like buying it, like just for opportunity. Like, baby, it ain't that serious. Because if I gotta do all that for, I don't even want to be no comedian no more.
Right. I've seen get girls to give them something for open mic comedy though. Like I'm like open mic.
Open mic, just for a hot wing plate and a canned drink.
Right.
Come on, sis.
Right. So. Yeah, so you don't get that sweet talk. Like, look at you, you're thick, you're beautiful. You know what I'm saying? You don't get that.
And we go in one out the other. But now they ain't really ever just really like experience that. Cause like I said, they know. I promise you, people know who to play with or who they feel that's vulnerable that they can just go at like that. Cause I'm gonna be real with you. The reason why I say that too, because when I perform, whether it's open mic or a comedy show, I tend to dress up, like put on blazers and stuff. And I've had guys to tell me that I look intimidating, so they don't approach me like that. Even though I'm cool as hell, I'm not intimidating, but I've had them say that, so now.
Yeah. You ever bombed on stage?
I'm gonna be real with you, not I felt like I have. So that was when I first started though. But as I've been growing over the years, now I might just not do as good as I thought. But now I ain't ever just really like just bombed to where I ain't got not one laugh or like just flat out like, oh, get off the stage. No, I ain't experienced that. But I have had like some dead moments like, are y'all still in here? You know what I'm saying? I see y'all in here. Y'all woke.
I remember my first time, my nose shut down on me. I can't breathe. That when I came up with that, I'm just working on my breathing. I'm just working on it. They just bust out laughing. I'm like, my nose shut down. You hear me? Like I couldn't even talk. I had to stick my 2 fingers in my mouth. Like, I'm telling you, man. So but that is something with stand up though. A lot of stand up comedian guys do. try to use their power, use sex as in I can put you on, knowing they really can't.
Ain't got nothing to give.
Yeah, ain't got nothing to give. Yeah, so yeah. I mean, or you could, you know what I'm saying? You can,
yeah,
you know.
or then sometimes they barely even be on, and they try to lie to do that. But some people, they take the likes and the motion that they feel like they see around the city, or because people be taking pictures with people and think, oh, well, they can get me here, they can get me there, and the whole time it just be a setup, like set up affair, and then they ain't gonna do nothing but go back and talk about you once, like the females and stuff. They, right. Yeah, now everybody on the scene know that they done had you and stuff like that. So now I don't even
be like, you know, they be, but I don't know because you be roasting back though.
Yeah,
so.
I fight ass up soon as they try to try that with me. I ain't gonna let it.
What's your thoughts on clout?
My thoughts on clout is like like people don't have to. You don't have to like doing whatever to get clout and stuff is unnecessary. I feel like you should just always be yourself. You can get the same things done and get better things done just by being yourself. But chasing clout and stuff is not a good look.
Right. So do you think like when people be like, you gotta tell, like on stage, right? Mm-hmm. People always say, you gotta tell your real story. Do you really think you gotta, in order to be a stand-up comedian, you always gotta tell a real story? Like, can it be some?
No, it definitely can be fabricated because I know because that's what make it funny too. Like to switch some of it up. Cause I know a lot of my stuff it be the real story, but a lot of it I throw it in there too, or just a thought or something that I saw earlier that day before I got on stage. It probably never even happened. Right. But it's the part. This part of the art, like the comedy part.
And that's what people gotta understand because I got some OG family members. They ain't with that. Like, say for instance, they want to hear like most people, real people. They don't want to hear no real. So sometimes you want your head to be taken away from, like if I know something about a murder, I don't want to hear nothing about a murder. I want you to take me away from that. Right. You see what I'm saying? Like, but some people feel the need, no, you got to tell your real story on stage. All the time, people don't want to hear your real story. You want to hear that fabricated stuff. So, yeah, so that's.
I'm with both. I feel like if I'm in a room, a church crowd, or I walk in a crowd and everybody look like they got money in there, I'm telling the hell out of my life story because, you know what I'm saying? So I'd be there can change my life. But of course, at a regular comedy show, I'll throw a little bit of there and a little bit of in and out up in there, you know.
So what do you think about stealing jokes?
I can't stand it. And for me personally, I can't stand it because a lot of my stuff, a lot of my set like jokes and stuff is personal to me and it's real experience that I've been through. Now don't get me wrong, there are stock jokes. There are jokes that, you know, you can use and I can use, but it ain't the same. So that is stock jokes, but just really like saying something the way I said it and trying to copy it down to the T, I don't like this. Right. You know, because it's enough stuff out here and enough chaos and enough life experience that we all have gone through. We all have a different story and a different journey that we have enough stuff that has happened that we can come up with our own set without stealing somebody else's joke. And at least you're going to steal it, acknowledge the person or reference it. Don't just flat out get up there telling the folks jokes now. Right.
And that's one thing I do. Sometimes I don't look at too many comedians, but I look and make sure my stuff is different. Like I got a prostate joke. It actually happened for real. My doctor saw the joke, and he was like, when I went back to my appointment about 2 weeks ago, he said, "You ready for that that physical?" You know what I'm saying? Yeah, with the finger. I was like, "Huh?" And, you know, he was like, "Nah." He said, "I saw your joke about putting a class ring up in your butt," you know. Lord. Yeah. So I got that one, but they had to check my blood. You know, they don't do the finger no more. So, and somebody was like, "Man, you know." So,
and it's one thing too, because I've had instances where I've said something and I sort of got like I never ever seen the next person say it. So it's a lot of coincidence too. However, but when you get down to the point where you done sat there and heard somebody say that and you take your butt up there somewhere else out of town and do it, they're just flat out wrong and they're stealing because and some people, like I say, even try to say it, every word, every letter to the T. Like you definitely stealing. They don't even try to switch it up. They try to say it just how you said, and every time they're not gonna say it how you said because that's your experience.
But it's not you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I've had that happen a couple of times. I mean, comedians sat right there and we having a conversation, and they go up before me. They try their best. Like they didn't try their best. They did beat me too on saying the joke, and they know I said it. They heard me say it before them, and they got up there and a couple of them have done it all on the internet and went viral off of it. Right. a few of them, I mean, literally say it and try to beat me to say it. And then there's been times where I've got up there and say stuff and somebody come right behind me and still try to say my joke right behind me, and it looks crazy. And it makes me mad when you say it before me because you know I said it. So now it looks like I'm copying it from you, but you know you heard me say that.
Right. And do you write? Because I write and like I write all my stuff. Like I got jokes and finish before I even go do my jokes, but I got people to say, okay, let's, it's ready. You know what I'm saying? But I'm a writer. You see what I'm saying? Like
I write sometimes and I freestyle. So what I do is I have notes on my phone, day-to-day stuff or anything I think about. I'll put bullet points and then I'll create around it. So yes, technically I do write, and then sometimes I do freestyle. So I do a little bit of both.
So if people start stealing your joke, we gonna jump them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
We just gonna be in the jumping biz.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Definitely jumping.
Yeah. So it's that's one thing is about comedy. Like when you said somebody go up and do your joke, see, I couldn't. Yeah, we'd be in there choking somebody out, man. I can't. Yeah,
it makes me mad. Then they know, where you don't. And then some stuff, like, seriously, like, you never heard nobody else say that. I'm going to tell you my favorite one that I always say, I used to joke, and I'll put it together like a big guy, stop me at the gas station. And I'll say the nigga built like a baby shower meatball. And I tell you, everybody just take that and just run with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, literally would sit right there, have a conversation with me, and done heard me say it 25 times before and get right up there because they know they going before me and going to make sure they include it. Like, some folks, I think they do that out of spite.
Right. Yeah, that's wrong. Yeah, I can't be around folk like that.
And it really aggravates me because I'm like, you just like you heard, for a fact you heard me say that. You never heard nobody else say that, and you got it from me.
Right.
And that's another thing about Mississippi too. A lot of people call us country. They think we ignorant, think we uneducated, but a lot of folks be trying to bite our style too and our lingo.
So what are you trying to make of stand up? Like what are your real goals? Like in 2025, what are your goals with stand up?
My goals with stand up is to end up on a tour with some great people. So to tour and to land roles on television. Whether it's a reality TV show or like movies, like films, that's one of my ultimate goals. Cause my end goal overall is to have my own talk show one day. But just even with the stand up, I would rather end up on tour and then end up in like movies and stuff, and like comedy based movies or whatever movies where I can showcase like my personality of who I am and stuff.
Right. You ever think about creating your own, like your own comedy tour or something like that, like starring?
I've thought about it, but I haven't ever just went into depth about it, But I do think about it all the time, like putting together a tour, and then also me and my sister, we brainstormed on like a comedy based movie. We just need to get it together and get it written down in the picture because it's funny because it's based off how like us.
Right. and with you being in college, I mean your college background, you ever thought about trying to work like a deal out with them at the school you went to?
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that because I was just talking about that a couple of weeks ago. So that's going to be my goal for 2026, doing like homecoming and step shows and stuff to possibly be able to host or perform there.
Right.
Perform comedy there. Mm-hmm.
That's what's up. And what school you went to?
The Mississippi State University, the biggest, the best university in the state of Mississippi. It's the biggest college in the state of Mississippi.
Oh, it is?
Yes, Mississippi State University. Go Dogs. Hell State forever.
Oh, they ain't got no DeVry down there?
DeVry? I went through DeVry.
Yeah,
I ain't go to HBCU. I went to PWI, but I promise you, Mississippi State, that college saved my life, and I absolutely cannot wait to become successful so I can donate back into the college. Like, I just don't know where I would be without this school.
Yeah. You will be successful, not wait. You
will
be
I'm
successful.
looking forward to it.
You'll be successful.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you survived this Tankhead hot seat. Now before we get out of here, let the people know where they can find you, social media, any platforms, and
You can find me on all social media platforms at K Davis Comedy. That's the letter K, Davis Comedy. K Davis Comedy, and I want to shout out some people too. So, of course, because y'all ass was crying on the last podcast I did, shout out to the class of 2012, Independence High School. I love you guys. And, of course, North Panola High School. Y'all still my classmates forever. Shout out to my friend. He's so funny. Funny man P out of Memphis, Tennessee. He's hilarious. Shout out to Gunno Lavish. My friend, Celebrity Boss Lady, a.k.a. Sneak. Shout out to my sisters and my brothers. Yeah. Shout out to y'all back home. Shout out to the whole entire state of Mississippi.
Now that's representing it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's about the truth, the jokes, the Tankhead way. Peace. If you like this episode, please comment, like, share, and subscribe.